I'm your host with the most, Welcome 23. You're joining me for Across the Void, Chapter 13, The Capital. Now playing as Noah. After a long night of recovery and cleanup, you gather your crew and passengers on the bridge. Matara gleams ahead of you. Okay, I like it. It's a pretty planet. Plus Atlas for even looking at it, I guess. Thank you for taking a moment to meet with me. I know we've had a rough night, but before we can touch down on Matara, I want to address the attack. Let me just say, we got through it as a team. This was a huge blow in morale. At least no one died, right? Got through it as a team. I want to personally thank everyone for working together and looking out for one another. Captain Lyra, we humbly accept the praise for our heroics. The Atlas needed us, and we simply rose to the occasion. You were hiding in a fucking corner. Shut up. Marobe steps forward, holding Ryan's hand. I'd personally like to thank the captain for saving me last night. I might have been killed without your aid. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't be able to survive as an orphan, so thanks for rescuing my mom. Sol steps forward and clears his throat. We'll be landing on Matara within the hour. Last night notwithstanding, I hope you found this voyage comfortable. Please enjoy your stay in the capital. But there's nothing left for us to do. It might as well be a barren wasteland. What are you talking about? Matara is the most modern and bustling metropolis in the entire galaxy. Check your data screen, Ogden. Half the city's main attractions are closed this week. Wait, is the fashion district open? If I don't get to go shopping, then what's even the point of coming here? It's all right, Warren. We'll leave this glorified shantytown soon enough. Who closes for a weekend and a whole planet? What the hell? Okay, alright. The passengers begin shuffling out of the bridge to return to the quarters. Titani smirks at you. Happy to see the last of them. I know I am. I think I prefer the assassins. I'd take another invasion over one more day with them. Titani laughs heartily. I never agreed with anyone more. Everyone returns to their post as you prepare for the landing. Again, I'm like Patrick Stewart. Just don't give a shit for half these passengers. Once you've landed and everyone has begun to disembark, you emerge onto the landing platform to see a sweeping view of the capital. Whoa, we finally made it. Artemis strides over from a neighboring platform with a welcoming smile. Captain Lyra, I'm glad to see you survived your first voyage. If there's a book too, I'm smacking someone. Me too. There were some close calls during last night's attack. Yes, I received a report earlier this morning. I'm sorry you were put in such a dangerous situation. Luxurious jobs aren't what they used to be. Not when you make me go through a war zone, no. That's one way of putting it. The job certainly hasn't been what I expected. On that note, I'd like to share my assessment of your leadership during this journey. How do you feel you did? I don't care. I got everyone through alive. Well, I stand by my choices. I responded to every situation the best I could, even when it was unexpected. I appreciate your steadfastness, Captain Lyra. Artemis pulls out a data screen and begins flicking through the pages. What, you didn't come recited with this? I looked over your status report shortly before you landed. Let's start with my ship. Everything appears to be in working order, except for the cargo bay. A few scratches here and there, but not surprising considering what's been through. Kept the Atlas in fair condition. The intent of the attack wasn't to add character to the ship. Very true. Overall, well done, Captain Lyra. Let's move on to the passenger feedback. It sounds like you were unattentive and considerate as host as I could hope for. Certain passengers even went out of their way to write glowing reviews about you. I hope they weren't too demanding. Passengers are happy. Oh, they were, but it's my job to meet their demands, and I take that very seriously. We're a sci-fi book known to the sci-fi genre, and every sci-fi fan will agree with me. Make this stop. Actually, there was one passenger who passed along her praise. Marobe said you acted quickly during the attack and saved the lives of her and her other passengers. I'm just glad no one was seriously injured.
Yes, and that is fortunate, but I commend you for putting our guest first. This brings us to what the crew said about your work.
I don't give a shit! I don't care. I don't. Let's be honest, none of us do. I just want to click. I just want to tap right now.
I must say, I'm deeply impressed. They trust, respect, and admire you.
Tap.
Fitting in with the culture of the ship can be a challenge in its own right, but I think you've managed to bring everyone closer.
I need to watch Star Trek after this. Redeeming qualities. I would rather watch Data have sex with another android right now than this. I can't. Oh, God help me.
I'm so happy to hear that. I've grown to really care about them. About the inspection, I understand that it was a complete surprise.
No, it wasn't.
But we had to pay a fine, and I was informed that the breach of safety protocols could have put the passengers in danger.
I don't care.
I know. I could have handled the situation a little better.
The ship didn't come prepared with anything, and we were left with a hull of a dumbass goddamn thing that drifted through fucking space. Are you serious? Shut up. I am broken right now. Artemis nods, glancing up at the gleaming hull of the Atlas with a reverent look in her eyes.
Artemis, I appreciate hearing all this feedback, and I hope that I can continue to improve as captain.
No, you're fired. Please walk away.
That is, if you're willing to hire me again.
No, that would require book 2.
Overall, Overall, you handled yourself with bravery, efficiency, and selflessness. Congratulations, you'll make an exceptional captain. Artemis Enterprises is lucky to have someone like you. You have no idea how happy that makes me.
Artemis pockets her data screen.
The Atlas will soon be ready for its next voyage.
I'm flying the ship into a planet. I'm serious. Literally a planet, full speed ahead.
So, will you be keeping me on? Yes, Captain Allure, your place is still on the Atlas. Thank you, Artemis. Which route is next? We can discuss that later. For now, I think you and your crew deserve a break. You've had quite the eventful journey.
Oh, She produces a stack of tickets from her pockets and hands them to you.
There's a special exhibit at the Matara Intergalactic Gallery of Art. It's closed to the public until tomorrow, but I've got you all in exclusively. Go enjoy yourselves. We'll set off again in 2 days.
Oh, it's not over yet. You say your goodbyes to Artemis and then nod off the walkway where the crews go. Their vivos is closely to you. I'd rather have a root canal right now. Focus, Locum. Focus. I need you to focus, okay?
An exclusive event in one of the most stylish cities in the galaxy? This calls for...
No.
I know, a new custom designed outfit.
B calls up your virtual closet.
I'm sure you know this, but Matara is the fashion capital of the galaxy.
I don't care.
If you want to fit in, you need to stand out. And you've already got something in mind, don't you? How long have you been planning this?
3 days. I'm gonna give the devs of Pixelberry 3 days.
I've always been a dream to design something worthy of the Matara milieu. Why don't you try this on for size?
I mean, I like the blue. I like the lacy top. However, I don't think, and I discourage anyone from spending any more diamonds on this piece of shit book. Please, for the love of God, run. Run as fast as you can. Discourage Pixelberry from any more garbage. Patrick Stewart, aka Jean-Luc Picard, also asks you nicely to please not do this.
I appreciate the gesture, V, but this was supposed to be my day off. I'd rather keep it casual. My fashion dream will have to wait, but I understand. You deserve some time to relax, Nova.
You approach the rest of your crew and head down the walkway in the direction of the gallery. You don't know who Jean-Luc Picard is? Trust me. Watch one episode of Star Trek The Next Generation and you will thank yourselves later, because this shit is garbage! After presenting your tickets, you and your crew enter the gallery. The glowing installations emit gentle pulses in the dark space. Yeah, real fucking gentle. The whole room's crystals. Outstanding. In accordance with the peace talks, the exhibits represent the unification of the galaxy's many inhabitants. All the colors together in harmony. Thank God the Vanguard are attacking the Jorah, who are poor people, right? Oh, we don't know anything about that, even though the whole community wishes they knew. But nah, it's okay.
Really, because I interpret it as a metaphor for assimilation. By combining into one, we become uniform, losing the qualities that make us unique.
I think it's the opposite. No matter how much we try to come together, there are always subtle differences. We can never really escape your origin.
Looks like a bunch of pretty glass to me.
As Tiny rolls her eyes, as Kepler, Soul turns to you. What is your interpretation, Captain Alara? They're pretty little orbs hanging from the fucking ceiling, Soul. That's what my interpretation is. It's pretty. It's garbage. This book is garbage, but it's pretty. There's so much that could have been done with this. The sci-fi fan, I'm discouraged as all shit.
I think it represents choice. In a book that's
illusion of fucking choice.
It's a celebration of our differences. You're reading too much into it.
Yep, going too much with that.
Does art have to mean anything? Maybe it's just an aesthetically pleasing display for visitors to look at.
But even a blank slate invites the imagination to project its ideas upon it.
Forget it, Soul. Not everyone's an art critic.
Yeah, this isn't art. It's colorful baubles hanging from the goddamn ceiling. Look, crystals, everybody! Look, ooh, art! No, this isn't art. Van Gogh is art. You stare up at the massive crystalline droplets suspended from the ceiling, then over to the large installations on the other side.
I'm glad we're here, but it's bittersweet. Not all of the crew could attend.
Argo would have greatly appreciated the pieces from such a vast variety of cultures with exhibit offers, but unfortunately you didn't pay the diamonds to save his life. Corvus informed me that Pax and Holmes are helping him tend Argo, but hopefully he's back on his feet soon.
I asked Xenia why she wasn't coming, but she said she had to deal with some personal issues. Not that she hangs out with us much anyway.
You let out a deep sigh and look around at your crew.
The attack on the ship, it could have easily ended differently. But it made me realize how important you are to me. When I first took this job, I never expected to care so deeply about all of you. Each of you inspires me
to uninstall this game. Each of you holds a place in my heart.
Glad you've got a big heart enough to share with all of us.
Kepler smirks and waggles her eyebrows. Soul lowers his gaze, trying to hide the neon blush creeping across his skin. The feeling is mutual, Captain Lyra. You and your crew share a moment of comfortable silence together before Soul clears his throat. Just think we could have had Bloodbound 2. Oh, God. Perhaps we should explore the other exhibits in the gallery. Perhaps we should explore other apps that do storytelling. Kepler snaps her fingers excitedly.
Oh, I was reading about this interactive installation that gives you a bunch of different sensations. It sounds wild. I think I saw a blurb about that. The artist intended it to be a space where viewers can basically do whatever they want.
It sounds fun. And we do have the entire museum to ourselves.
It's a pretty small space, though. I think we might have to split into groups to check it out.
V hovers close to your ear and whispers, "If you say outfit, I'm punching you."
This could be a good opportunity to experience some new sensations with your crew. In the mood for some bonding?
No. Oh, look, it's bonding. with our crew. Couldn't we do, like, more than one? Like, all of them together? Is there not an option for that? No? Okay. You don't visit the exhibit. All of you are free to explore, but I think I'd better get back to the ship soon. Captain, with a job like ours, we don't often get chances to relax. My advice is to enjoy whenever you can. Okay, Counselor Troy. Tiny, work can be relaxing too, sometimes. I admire Captain Laura's commitment to her duties. No, I'm gonna go to my quarters. I'm gonna drink some Earl Grey hot tea. I'm going to open a nice good book, because Pixelberry doesn't know how to fucking write one, and then oh god. Spend a while longer wandering the museum with your crew before heading back to the landing platform. I could read Moby Dick and it's better than this shit. Now playing as Eos. The sound of your footsteps echo as you guide Zeke down the breathtakingly grand hallway. Yes, it's really breathtaking. Look at the walls. This is it, Marshal Headquarters. Zeke gazes around in wonder. I never thought I'd get to see it. It's so much bigger than it looked in the holograms. I could enter a dick pic joke here, but I won't. His eyes take in the figures etched in the pillars. It must be carvings of the first marshals. They're awe-inspiring. Well, when their successors built this place, they wanted a way to remember our founders. It's overwhelming. I feel honored to be part of all this. Nod, admiring the golden architecture. I know what you mean. There's nothing like the rush you get looking up at these walls. Dude, you need to get out more. Wow, I'm really getting a rush. He limps through the hall, dragging his injured leg until he reaches the large bas-relief at the end. All the martial training books have a picture of this sculpture inside. Can I touch it? Of course. You're cute when you're excited. You belong here. Every marshal is connected to one another, and everything inside these walls. Zeke presses his hand to the bas-relief, running his palm over its grooves. I didn't think I could feel at home somewhere I'd never been before. It's a strange feeling. Now that you're Marshal, you'll always have a place here. As the light from the stained glass windows cast rays of blue over Zeke, you shoot him a crooked smile. There's one thing that every rookie has to do when they come here, though. That sounds ominous. You chuckle and shake your head. No need to be nervous. It's fun, trust me. Easy for you to say. You're never anxious about anything. I am if it involves my family. Anyway, it's about bonding. Sometimes marshals get so caught up in the seriousness of our job that we need a way to unwind, so we pull a lot of pranks and stunts. Does that mean there's a certain stunt every rookie has to do? Exactly. You need to walk on the ceiling, dumbass. Streak down the hall. I'm just staring at the screen. I'm actually staring at the blackness at the side. So, we've got this hall. We just talked about how sanctimonious is and how much it means and how we should respect our founders. So, go walking on the ceiling or streak down the hall, Zeke. It'll do wonders for your image. You know what? Fuck it. Ready to strip. What? No way I'm getting completely naked. You can keep your underwear on if you like. Okay, but you have to guard my clothes. It'll be perfectly safe. Why did I get myself into this? He quickly slips out of his jacket, followed by his shirt, his pants, and most of his thighs wrapped in thick gauze. And thank God we're making an injured man streak and run through the halls. Oh, Pixelberry. I'm not sure what to do now. I've got an idea. Follow my lead. Wink at Zeke, then throw off your clothes and start dancing down the hall. Okay, this went nowhere fast. Woohoo! Laughing, he joins in. Despite the limited movement in his leg, he manages to copy many of your moves as you glide across the floor. I didn't expect you to join me. No! God damn it, relationship points. I couldn't miss out on all the fun. Only you could get me to do this, Eos. A playful laugh echoes across the hall as a figure rounds the corner. Not bad for a rookie. Oberon? Your former partner? You nod, speechless. Siki grabs the piles of clothes, and the two of you quickly slip them back on. Don't tell me you've forgotten me already, Eos. You look good out of uniform. I thought I might run into you. I wasn't sure you'd have time to see me. Ah, that would require coming ahead. Oh, so many puns. I'm so sure I can work with you into my busy schedule. He turns to Ziki with a wide, friendly grin. You must be the new partner. Sick of putting up with Eos yet? Ziki seems to prickle at the phrasing of Oberon's question. Name's Ziki. I grew up with Eos. I'd never be sick of him. Oh, you're Ziki. Eos has told me so many stories about you. A soft chime emits from the data reader on Oberon's wrist. He glances down. Is that the head of security's proximity sensor? Yep, you're looking at him, and according to this alert, Admiral Demos is headed this way. Oberon shoots you a mischievous grin and taps a panel on his reader's display. Let's test out one of the new bonus features I installed. You hear a whoosh overhead, and suddenly water starts pouring from the ceiling. Some sort of emergency sprinkler system? You open your palms and watch as the water passes right through you. It's a hologram. Oh, that's such a useful thing of technology. We can make holograms. Indoors rain. As you step through the glistening rain projection, Admiral Demo strides into the hall. Is that rain? Inside? It's a pipe leak. Oberon just informed us that it came from your quarters, Admiral. How can that be? I haven't been up there yet. Really? If I had a shower equipped with aromatherapy massage robots, I'd be there all the time. Look of surprise fades from Demos' face. She raises her eyebrow. For the last time, Oberon, you may not use my private bathroom. Oh, it was worth a try. Thanks for having my back, Eos. Anytime. I'm always up for a little harmless chaos. As Oberon shuts off the rain, Demos addresses Ziki. Marshal Sentry, I need you to come with me. There's some paperwork you need to fill out before you can access more of the headquarters. Of course, Admiral Demos. I'll catch up with you later, Eos. You offer Ziki a cyber salute before he disappears with the Admiral. The feeling of Oberon's eyes on you pulls back your gaze on him. I guess it's just the two of us. Just like old times. He shifts his weight from one foot to the other, favoring one side slightly as he stares at you expectingly. So, it's amazing that you're head of security now. It's really impressive. It's not an easy job to get, especially here. Thanks. I think they got sick of me messing with the system, so they decided to pay me to use my skills to protect it instead. Have you been out in the field lately? He shrugs, trying to hide how one of his shoulders doesn't move quite right anymore. Not really, but it's probably for the best. This place would fall apart without me. His mouth twitches in the attempt to smile at his own joke. Oberon, I'm sorry I didn't come visit sooner. I told you already, there's nothing to forgive. You actually showed up at the perfect time. I was just on my way up to the chamber room. Whoa, you really must be important to have access to that level. I remember us trying to sneak up there a few times and failing miserably. Well, now it's part of my job to oversee the security of restricted evidence stored up there. Huh. The biggest prankster I've ever met is in charge of the most dangerous collection of confiscated weapons in the galaxy. We're all doomed. Actually, I could use some help trying out the new feature I added to the teleportation lift in the chamber. It's my own special design. In the mood for a little fun. We just met this guy. What? I'm just saying, we just met you. Also, no. Go debrief instead. I really should head to the debriefing. Yeah, okay. I understand. We'll catch up another time. Auburn heads down the hall, a strange stiffness in each step as he tries to minimize the movement of his back muscles. And yet, reasons why we'll probably never find out. Maybe, unless you, unfortunately, pick the diamond choice. A couple hours later, I'd rather know about the Vanguard and Jura in the third person, but, you know, hey. The Senate building towers above the colorful lit streets of Matara as you stroll towards it with Lyra. You know, probably Pixelberry didn't think that far to where people would be curious as to what's going on between those two factions. Never thought I'd be escorting an empress down the streets of the capital.
Normally, I arrive in a much more elegant means of transport.
Your Lyra, crooked smile. If you want, you can ride in on my back, Your Majesty.
That won't be necessary, Marshal Alara.
As you reach the steps, she turns and places her hand gently on top of yours.
Thank you for making sure I arrived here without incident.
Her long eyelashes flutter as she gazes up at you. Kiss her? Squeeze her hand. She has been a relationship option. Even though we've been offered Ziki. Or may I say forced down our throat. In not a good way. I'm gonna go with her. Reach out and brush a stray piece of hair away from her cheek. I had to keep you safe. As you close the distance between you, the sweet smell of her flower floods your senses. You brush her lips against hers and cradle her jaw with your palm. She deepens the kiss, pressing her body against yours. Her hands grip your waist as you thread your fingers through her soft curls. Lyra. After several moments, she pulls away, her breath shaky.
The negotiations are starting soon.
Tell them to wait. She laughs softly.
Somehow I doubt that will go over well.
She looks up at the tall Senate building and then back at you.
Until we meet again, Marshal Alara.
Good luck with everything, Your Highness. As she continues up the steps, she watches one of her blossoms floats away on the breeze. Now playing as Nova, as you head back from the museum, you hear footsteps on the walkway behind you. Nova, wait up! You stop, letting the rest of the crew pass you as you wait for Ziki to reach you. Hey, I feel like we haven't had a moment alone together in forever. I know, we've got to change that. There's so much I want to tell you. Well, let's start with the most obvious. How were the Marshal headquarters? Incredible, Nova. The moment I stepped inside, I felt like I was 5 years old again, in utter awe. It was one of the most magical experiences of my life. I'm so happy for you, Ziki. You worked hard for this. So did you. It seems we were destined to end up here, on the capital planet together. Wait, what the f is this? When did this become a thing? Have I missed something? Did the Tumblr community bitch about this too? How maybe your MC would like to date Ziki, and instead the MC has been pushing off everybody as a relationship woe, and how Eos has been, have Ziki shoved down our throat. Is this a thing now? We have take his hand and smile at him. Okay. So, Tumblr community. I guess something good came out of Eos's meddling then. Without him, you wouldn't have been on the Atlas with me. As you stroll down the walkway, you gaze out at the sprawling city around you. It really is beautiful here. Follow the skyline until you see a tall, regal building towering over the others. I can see the Senate. Maybe if we squint, we can pick out Eos and Lyra from here. Light from a nearby sun reflects off the golden surfaces of the building, surrounding it in a hollow-like arch. Slowly, a distant rumbling fills the air. growing louder and louder. What's that noise? Hopefully an explosion that killed some of the senators. So then we would have a suspense as Eos chases after the perpetrators of the explosion. I think it's coming from the Senate building. The rumbling builds, increasing in intensity until all the other noises are drowned out by a single sound. Oh, hey, my wish came true! What? Don't look at me like that. What, I'm smiling? I'm smiling. Because it's something. You guys, okay, so in case you're wondering why I've been the way I am, if you didn't watch the other video, Desire and Decorum, you really should. Whoever wanted book 2 can go screw themselves. I'm serious, I hate the book. So, ATV, again, has untold potential. This is a page out of Star Trek. It is the episode with Leonard Nimoy, aka Spock, as he went to the Romulan homeworld to teach the Romulans underground about the how the Vulcans and the Romulans were not so distant cousins. Instead of the Romulan Empire was construing the Vulcans as being an off-breed and a lesser breed of the Romulans. And instead they were, again, not so distant cousins. Things like this were actually done. There were, I'm sure any Star Trek fan remembers this all too well, where there were things of, like, the Romulans were poisoned. The same thing at the time happened with Riker and Picard. There were the innards of the Federation were being sabotaged as well as assassinated, and things like that. Again, these are things I talked about in the past. I would hope that would happen. Again, ATV has an untold amount of potential. There is so much sci-fi reference potential to pull from. I mean, literally, it's just like I just recited 2 instances out of, like, 8 seasons of Star Trek The Next Generation. Let alone, again, I'm pulling off of Deep Space Nine. Again, we have the Federation, and then we have the Kardashians, the conflict, the Vanguard, and the Jura. I look at the Jura as these poor, helpless people who are actually the, not the Kardashians. The Kardashians are the hooded assassins that are possibly even behind why the Vanguard and the Jura are fighting. And those are the hooded people I look at as the Kardashians versus the, trying to think of the name. I'm sure I'll find it eventually, but they were the people on the one planet, as well as a few other distant realm planets, which the Federation, in a deal with the Kardashians, gave over those planets for whatever reason. So they were under Cardassian rule and oppression and dictatorship and etc. And they were humanoids that were once part of the Federation. That all of a sudden the Federation, in all their wisdom, gave over those planets to the Cardassian Empire. Cardassian, excuse me. And so, long story short, that the Jura went and fought against the Cardassians, and so, you know, the Federation had to get involved because of, you know, they were also attacking the Federation ships and things like that. And then there was a war that broke out, and then everybody learned that, at long and behold, these people being oppressed, all these things were being done to them, and the reason why they were striking out at both sides. So, you know, yeah, Bajor, there you go. Bajor, and again, there were a lot of other planets mixed in. But, long story short, ATV has a lot of source material that, you know, Pixelberry, if you're going to copy and paste, do it right. So, I have a smile on my face, because this is something that could happen. Kind of like I called out. Like, what's that rumbling? Well, it's this probably an assassination attempt or a bombing at the Senate building. It's gonna make EOS go after whoever, and they're gonna be hell bent. And maybe your luxury ship will no longer be a luxury ship that might go out in seeking of exploration and maybe negotiation and things. Again, these are things that happen. That's why I've kind of wanted them to do a science fiction thing. That's why I'm mad at them for screwing this up, because I'm a huge sci-fi nerd. I'm a huge sci-fi nerd. So again, this is where they could take this untold potential that they have. This is something that could set choices far above any and all other visual novels right now, because there's none out there doing sci-fi of this magnitude that they have untold potential and resource material for. But they're screwing the pooch on it, and that's what upsets me. That is what made me hate this book to begin with, through the first couple chapters, let alone up till now. Now I have a smile on my face, hoping that they do this right. If you can do this, and if you can salvage this, and if you can recover, maybe you just had a slow start. Maybe you just needed to listen and just find that source material. Maybe, just maybe, you can save ATV. Maybe. I'm crossing my fingers and hoping that the next chapter will be good. If it isn't, that will make or break the book, and it will tell me that you guys do not have the capacity to save this book at all, and this is a slowly dying already company, and as well as an app that is going to expedite its death. If you can handle it right, you have 7 days from this day to handle this correctly. If you can do it correctly, the fan base will be happy with you, and I'll actually be happy with you, but like, yay! But if you can't, then it's done. It's over. I don't know what else to tell you. You guys need to be focused on the sci-fi. Like, yes, romance exists. There was Counselor Troy, Riker, Ryza, where they would go to vacation every once in a while. But hey, guess what? There wasn't always love and romance on Ryza, was there? There was suspense. There was shenanigans going on. There was Riker being kidnapped by the Romulans. And there was all these other things going on. And then there was even Patrick, Picard, who is played by Patrick Stewart, who was kidnapped, and then there was one time he actually went to stay, and he actually got to Ryza, and then there was a thief, and then there was, there was so much source material and everything going on. Yes, there was a little bit of romance. Yes, it was captured right, and yes, the whole entire show. That's why everybody loved The Next Generation. Everybody loved it. But the problem is, you guys have so much source material to pull from. I don't understand why you can't handle this one little task. I'm literally gift wrapping you what to do next week. I literally just gift wrapped what to do. If you can't have one of your goddamn writers sit down and binge watch season 2 of Star Trek, let alone season 1, to find out what to fucking do in 20 minutes or less, I don't know what to tell with you, and I'm just done. I wash my hands. I literally gift wrapped you it. I'm done here. Anyway, without further ado, thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for the actual decent book of High School Story Class Act, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Arrivederci.